And Alexis and Seeker. Over in Western Australia today, it was 37 degrees Celsius, which is around, I think, the high 90s or something, but it's been very humid today as well. It has not been nice. It's even at night time right now. What time is it now at the time of recording this? Well into the night. It's past 10 or something. I don't know what the time is. But even though it's at like the absolute dead of night, it is still Cyber Egg Angel Perth. It is still 27. Oh wow, it got to 39 today. It felt warmer than 37. It's still 27 degrees, and it is literally the dead of night right now. It is so hot right now. And Ritual Sanctuary. Ooh, she could play a ritual, but well weighted. Let's see what Seeker has first. Now, the time code on this was just under half an hour, so I didn't put it in double speed. I do have a few more comments to read out as well, but I could also chat a few things. Early days, WWE, coin toss. After this one, there is story duel Yugi and Joey's match, the championship match of Duelist Kingdom. And in terms of the Battle City stuff starting to start on the channel, I'm thinking about skipping the Battle City Arc and Error and Darts and just going straight up to doing some GX story duels, so we can see if any of those story decks can give us some more insight on creating better decks as well. Now, Cyber Prima has actually got a very interesting effect for this duel in particular. It destroys all spell and trap cards on the field that are face up. Now, Alexis has just played one of them, but if Seeker loads his field with his beneficial spells, he could lose them all in one turn. So Cyber Prima could be the ace card for Alexis in this match. Alright. Continuing on with comments, Emperor Pikachu says Zane is like my second favorite character, and it was a great match. That was for the Zane and Bastion duel, which was for the series of 8s. We've got Zane and Alexis are going to be taking on each other to determine a spot in the finals. And in the last match, in case you haven't seen it yet, Chumley went up against Cyrus, but that one has been concluded. So we have our semi-finalists for the series of 8s. Dan Player 2K says, I had such a hard time beating Joey with Keith's deck when I played. That was for the Bandit Keith and Joey story match. If you're playing against the AI and Keith keeps drawing that Mausoleum of the Empire and keeps playing his high-level monsters, it will be very tough to beat, because Joey usually will only draw his low-level ones. He has to sort of build his field up. Maximum Wesley says, at 3 minutes 20, this must have been something I said during the Alexis and Esperoba match. I was golf commentating that. Now we are on the supporting team for Alexis. As a commentator, we will remain unbiased as possible, but do we all agree that we want Alexis to defeat the cheating bastard that is Esperoba? I wasn't expecting that last part about Esper. That was a good laugh, and you bet I'm on Team Alexis. I do remember saying that, actually. Esperoba was like... He was such a snot-nosed character. He was really arrogant. He lost, and then he started sulking about it, but then he kind of realized, he turned that leaf over the end, and this is what we were just saying. Another Cyber Prima, that's going to wipe out Seeker's spell cards that are on the field. It would wipe out Alexis's as well. And she does have her... she does have fusions available. Rituals, sorry, not fusions. But she's holding them. She's just waiting for for the right turn. Seeker's down to 4,000 life points. He's got nothing on the field. Alexis might have him here. Nicholas Arguus says, could have been the first person ever to summon Metal Zoa in that final duel. Can summon this card from the deck. It's a difficult one to summon, and in legitimate play, I don't think I've ever actually summoned Metal Zoa. It's like, yeah, it's super rare. Like, and the only good way to use Metal Zoa is if you then use like limiter removal and put it to 6,000. Okay, Cyber Petite Angel. Again, that's a very useful effect as well. You can get Alexis's deck fusion cards she needs, or any of the monsters. I keep saying fusion, I mean ritual. Alejandro Fernandez says, the thing about Bastion and Chaz, and to a lesser extent Alexis and their decks, is that they get stuck with cards that don't go well together and are just outdated. While Jaden, Zane, Cyrus, Crowler and co get to use cards they never used in the anime or came out way later after the show, which I actually like. But why not do the same for Bash and Chaz and Alexis? If Jaden gets to use Stratos, Gaia, Zane gets access to almost every cyber card, why don't all duelists have similar advantages? That's kind of what we're building up to. It's just trying to keep cards that are like relevant to the decks as well. I don't know if there are any other Cyber Angels than these ones, as I would have put that in the filter, but I am thinking about cutting some of those cards out of Jaden and Jaden, Crowler and Zane's decks, even though they are like cool cards. But to keep everything even, I might have to nerf those decks, otherwise they're going to have too much advantage. GX is a tough one because their decks, the character decks sort of change a bit, especially with Chaz. With the deck we have for Chaz, that deck does not work together at all. If we were going to have that sort of tournament where they're all playing like they're really strong decks, we'd probably have to stick with the Ojama one for Chaz for it to be competitive. Give Bastion all the bonding cards. I did give him a couple of other ones as well, and let him have duplicates, as they are basically his version of polymerization. Yeah, that's the one. Bonding D2O and bonding H2O or DHO are much easier to use alongside Water Dragon Cluster. Also, Deuterion, 3 copies, 2 Water Dragons. I think that's what we have, 3 Deuterions, 2 Water Dragons. Foolish Burial, Foolishness Burial Goods. Going all with that theme instead of stuffing it full of bricks. Like a ritual and normal monster just because you use them once or twice. Yeah, I think Cabazols might be that normal monster. But yeah, it's hard with the Battle City ones because I kind of want to see a tournament where they use their anime cards, but I am actually thinking, it's just that if we use their anime cards as well, like only the anime cards they use like earlier on in the season, it's also very difficult to make 40 card decks because I only use like 10 or so cards per episode, and if they're using the same cards, we don't really get, it's very difficult to make a 40 card deck. I don't know, I think maybe the GX season needs a bit more planning. That's why we do pre-seasons, to test everything and see, is this deck going to work in the grand scheme of a long season. But all in due time, we'll get there. Maybe we can play some of the story decks of GX and maybe build around them as well. As the story decks loosely use the anime cards and usually have supporting cards. So maybe we could go that route. Alright, Cyber Prima is played. Gets rid of Seeker's Field. And Meteor Rain is now activated. That's Seeker's got 2 scapegoats on the field, and they are basically going to be direct attacks from here. And continuing on that, otherwise I feel like you'd have to brick Jaden's deck with all the Neospatians, Chrysalises, Evil Heroes, and yugioh in one deck. As for Chaz, either go full Ojama or maybe ignore the 40 card limit. That is another thing, we could ignore the 40 card limit. There is actually a fun deck that utilizes the ABC monsters, his Arm Dragon, and the Ojamas, but it requires cards like Union Hanger, Foolish Burial Goods, Ojama Assimilation, Ojama Match, Ojama Pajama, Ojama Blue, Duo, Arm Dragon 5/7, Level Up, Level Modulation, Burial from a Different Dimension, Union Carrier, etc. Assault Core, Buster Drake, and Crush Wyvern should be at least 2 copies. I like those cards too. As well as Union Hanger plus Terraforming. He wouldn't go 8 in 0 with that, but it'd be funny to watch and see it play out. It's, with Chaz, we can almost make him like 4 different decks, and we could have a Battle of the Chaz. Tournament of the Chaz. Why does that sound fun? That actually does sound fun. We can determine which Chaz can Chaz it up the most. Alright. Seeker's got some defense. Alexis really needs one of her fusion cards. Another Cyber Prima. But with no spells or traps down, Alexis may want to save that card. Saxpack Ab says, in quotations, I'm going to be here a while. 3 minutes later, oh, you can win. That was probably, yeah, that was for Joey and Keith. I thought that duel was going to take a lot longer than it did, but then suddenly, just like that, click, Joey jumped him. What? Or Keith jumped him, whichever one it was. After I'm done with the duels uploading, I am going to go on Twitch and play Early Days for a little bit. So it's the same title as YouTube Respawn 255. Same logo with the neon controller as well. But yeah, I'm going to go on Twitch and play Early Days for a bit after all this as well. In fact, given that there's a little bit of time delay, as these all need to be edited, cut, then exported, rendered, and then uploaded, which all takes time. It's possible that upon may already even be on Twitch right now. Because apparently you need to defeat the duelists on the first game, the Duel Monsters, the original one. You need to defeat the duelists 100 times to get their best card. You get like a new card reward like every 10 duels you win. Now that's crazy. And I am 100% keen to do it. Yeah. Alright, 3,300. And that effect means that Seeker's defenses will come out of his life points. So Seeker is in massive trouble. He is 100% probably going to lose this match as well. Flips the face down. It's stone statue of the Aztecs, but Alexis should win this on the next turn. So Seeker, he's had a tough match. Alexis has just jumped him. Upstart Goblin. And a defense. And block attack. And, oh, Swords of Revealing Light. And Alexis, not wanting to wait, goes with Cyber Prima. That'll get rid of Swords. Oh, that gets rid of her equip card as well. Oh. They got rid of Swords of Revealing Light, though. Oh, I mean, you don't really want to give Seeker 3 turns. I do agree that getting Swords of Revealing Light off the field is a good move. And there's one more comment here at the time of this recording. Emperor Pikachu. Oh, Yellow Luster Shield. And Alexis has already thrown those Cyber Primas down on the field. And now Alexis can't get through defense. She got overzealous. It wasn't a bad move to get rid of Swords of Revealing Light, but... I mean, all she needs is a ritual spell card, and she can get rid of the defense and then win, so... Just needs a ritual card, and she'll win. Emperor Pikachu said, "Great job, Alexis. I'm glad you were able to review your copy of Early Days. Yes, it did finally come." And that's all the comments. So yes, with Early Days, with the very first game on it, Duel Monsters, it came out in 1998. Yes, characters have a special drop for every 10 victories up to 100. When you get to 100 with Yugi, he will give you Gaia, the Fierce Knight, and then Joey will give you Red Eyes, etc., etc. So I believe it's time for a grind. I'll do that on Twitch. Like, it's like live stream, the ultimate grind. Low key, I am so keen to like pass all 14 of those games as much as possible. But apparently it's better to battle Joey first because he has higher drop rate of more powerful cards. And apparently, like many early Yu-Gi-Oh games, the drop rate percentage is like whack. It's all over the place. And probably has a RNG influence as well. Okay. No ritual card. Damn, if Alexis waited the 3 turns, she probably would have won by now. But all she needs is a ritual. She can get a strong monster to the field, and then bang bang. May just have to sit in camp. Well, I watched WWE Evolve today. The first episode of it came on, if you're in the US, it's on Tubi. And then it said everywhere else in the world, it's on YouTube. I would assume that you can still watch it on YouTube in the US, but in case not, if it's exclusive to Tubi in the US, then I don't know if you need a subscription for Tubi or not, but anyway, I think it was Tubi. But I watched it on YouTube earlier today. And it had like 3 matches, and they were all... The only one I'd heard of was Carly Bright, because I've seen her in NXT before, but all new names, and there's no real storylines behind any of them yet. They're just, like, obviously it's a developmental show. But, you know, these are developmental wrestlers, so you would say that their ring time isn't as... They haven't been in the ring as much. And I'll tell you what, for people who have, like, who are in developmental and supposedly not had much time in the ring, holy hell, like, they were great. All of them. Every performer. There were 3 matches. There was 2 tag matches and a singles match. The singles match was a squash match, but the only thing with the squash match, it had, like, Trick London, I think the dude's name was, that got squashed. The other dude, I can't remember his name, but he looks like Obafemi. His character is similar to Obafemi. And Alexis still has not drawn that ritual card, and she's clogged her monster field. She may not have been wise doing that. She drew Cyber Angel. There's Monster Reborn and Sangan, who attacked. Oh, as Alexis blundered it. Seeker flushes more points, but he's drawing his Exodia pieces. He's used Sangan twice. Oh no. Oh, Alexis really should have won that match. That's what complacency does to a duelist. Oh dear. Well, she'll be wise to that in the next match. It's just with Seeker, you gotta be careful. And Alexis was not in that match. Well, she'll be wise to it in the 3rd match, I would imagine. But the first match was a women's tag match. Carly Bright with, again, I don't remember their names yet, but they were really good. There was one girl on there, and boy, can she do a flip. Like, whoa, like, she did a standing moonsault, and, like, she gained air. It was almost like she jumped off the top rope to do the moonsault. Like, it was a standing moonsault. She did like the backflip, tucked her knees in, and then like went for the moonsault. And she also went at the top rope. All three competitors were outside, and we was like, oh, it's going to be a moonsault to the outside. It wasn't a moonsault. It was like a corkscrew and a moonsault. It was like, yeah. And these are people who are like developing. If this is what WWE have in their development, not on NXT, this is like before NXT. If that's the in-ring talents that they have before NXT, like, dude, WWE's talent pool coming through is just stacked. Like, they have no shortage of talent. It's like, it's crazy. The how competitive it must be to actually make it in just NXT in WWE right now, let alone Raw and SmackDown. But Evolve's apparently been around for a while. It's where like everyone started off. They had clips with like Finn Balor was there, Drew McIntyre back when he was Drew. He had a different last name. It wasn't McIntyre. It was something else. I think there might have even been some clips with Sammy and Kevin in there as well. There was some with who else was in there? I don't know, but oh my god, they all look so young. Finn Balor, he looks so young in those clips. There's the ritual card. So Alexis, she'll want to be playing a bit smarter in this duel after what happened in the last one. Yeah, I watched that today. It was the debut episode of it on YouTube. Low key though, I'm a bit tired as well. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay up playing Yu-Gi-Oh on Twitch for. I don't think I've done Yu-Gi-Oh on Twitch yet. I actually did one on Twitch. It was Fortnite, but I tried to win without using any weapons in Battle Royale, and you wouldn't believe it if I told you. I think the video is probably still on there, unless it's... I think they start there for 7 days with how I've got it set right now. But I come second. I came runner-up in the Battle Royal. I did not fire a single bullet the whole round in Battle Royal. And I kid you not, I have the evidence. I think it's still there. But how do I do it? Sneak around and hide in the bushes until everyone else eliminates themselves. So basically, play the coward game. Yes, we've got online play available to us as well. With, I don't know if it's cross-platform though. Early Days, if anyone knows, is Early Days cross-platform for online play? Because for all those who have it, I would like to play against some of you on that game as well. There's 14 different games, so there's plenty of online play possibility. Okay, she's electing not to attack twice. Doesn't want it sent back to her hand from the effect of Wall of Illusion. It's a tricky card, Wall of Illusion. So I've defeated Yugi, Joey, Bakura, and Tristan 5 times each. And if I defeat them all 100 times each, I will have won all their prize cards, along with whatever I get on random drops. Oh, 10 turns, 11 turns now. No life point damage. But you get the feeling that Seeker is only just holding on here. Alexis just needs another ritual, or there's Meteor Rain. Well, if Seeker plays Scapegoat, he will be in trouble. There's a giant soldier of stone. She could play Meteor Rain and then attack twice with Izana. But she may want to wait to get... Well, she can always use her field spell to draw a ritual card as well, which she hasn't done. Unless she doesn't want to throw that equip card, because it can give her 1500 attack points. Oh, and speak of the devil. We have just seen it. What's she going to throw? Oh, she'll probably throw the... yeah, rare gold armor. Because it's not like Seeker's going to attack, so rare gold armor is pretty useless. There we go. A 6-star or lower ritual monster equipped with ritual... Is it ritual weapon? I can't see the text, it's too small on my screen. I think it's called ritual weapon, that card. Machine Angel Ritual. Is she going to go for it? And she does. This could be it for Seeker. Well, actually, no, maybe not. He's still got 8,000 life points. She didn't use a ritual card in her hand. She went for the 2 monsters that were on the field. Ah, that'd be why. She can pull her ritual card back. Activate the effect of a card. Alright, there it is. It is ritual weapon. 3,100 will be for that one she just equipped it to. 2,500 and 1,400 on the field. That'd be another 3,900 combined. Well, Meteor Rain was disactivated, so I'm going to assume that she's going to attack. Okay, she's attacking with Itadon. I guess it's only 6 stars, so it's easier to summon back to the field. You could even use Blade Skater. And the 5-star one in hand. Seeker's down. Will that be 2850? So Seeker should just about be gone on the next turn. Unless he's going to spring Exodia again, like he did in the last match. But it's 1-1. Alexis still unbeaten. There's, Monster Reborn. The only thing really available, I was just about to say, Wall of Illusion. It means that something will have to go back to Alexis's hand again. And Brain Control. Well, you can only take control of a normal monster with that, but... So Seeker will flush life points if he chooses to attack with this. I guess he will, he's already used it. What it does do, though, is it takes off stars off of Alexis's field. Seeker's flushed life points, but... Again, it's not going to work. I get the strategy behind it. Get rid of stars off Alexis's field so she can't use her rituals, but it's not going to work. Cyber Petite Angel is played. Cyber Angel Vrash. It's 10 stars. And it looks like this may be it. For old Seeker, he's only got Wall of Illusion. He's probably got Exodia cards. It's probably what's remaining in his hand. There go 2 fusions to the grave of rituals. I've done that all match. So I don't announce rituals very much. Rituals are quite rare. Editon's effect gives them another 1,000 points. Wall of Illusion's effect, but with 4,000 attack, that will wipe out the remainder of Seeker's life points, and Alexis wins 2-1. Good win. She should have won the second match, but that's what happens with complacency. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in, and thanks for leaving all the comments as well. There is a story match coming up after this one, and I will be on Twitch playing early days as well. Respawn 255 as well for Twitch. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. Take care. Farewell.